up being JRW Bears. They were playing over at the Dog Pound Bar and ended up taking home a whopping $6,092.
Awesome stuff. Nice job to you winning that huge jackpot. That's definitely a good one. But if you want to check out some of our non-scheduled bingo and win some jackpots too, you can definitely check out the brand new E-Tab game we just came out with, Finnegan's Gold. It is a new and improved version of one of our old Pilot Games favorites. Definitely check it out. This game is pretty great. It has 4 bonus rounds as an instant win, a wheel, a balloon bonus round, and a free play as well. In the free play though, you can unlock more grids of symbols and it leads to even more wins. So definitely check it out and let us know what you think. We love hearing back from you guys.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, we're just about a week and a half out from St. Patty's Day now, so we're getting ready for the St. Patty's season. So make sure you got the luck of the Irish on your side and some great cash to go in your pocket just to pay for the rest of your drinks for the night, really.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But if you guys want to stay up to date with everything happening with Pilot Games and when we're releasing those awesome e-tabs and all that jazz, head on over to our Facebook page and give us a like and follow. You'll be able to keep up with all of our weekly bingo schedules, event details, big progressives, so much more as well. Utilize our Facebook. It is a great one. But we got some winners here in our first round.
That's right. We got 2 of them. We got Amy over at Falls Bar and Brad over at Hog's Breath Bar and Restaurant. Both of them splitting up $19.40. Nice job to you two.
Yeah, nicely done. Now, if you guys didn't know, we got an awesome bingo schedule that we run through each and every day with you guys. And if you guys don't know when to expect some cash, we're going to run through the entirety of it for you guys right now. And we get our bingo day started with what you guys are playing right now. Our game day bingo. John and I are going to be live with you guys here for the next hour. And we're going to be playing through some awesome rounds of game day bingo. And then we're going to let you guys loose at 1 p.m. and you'll guys get to jump into your first opportunity at Lucky 4 Bingo. It's got over $92,631 on the line already, so make sure you guys are coming out for that. And after that, you guys will get into some unhosted game day bingo that'll run from 1 to 4. And whatever these big progressives lay off at the end of our show here with you guys, you get to pick right back up and continue playing those cash amounts.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And then after all that, we get to our happy hour bingo from 4 to 6 p.m. During that time, we get the second chance of Lucky 4 Bingo at the day right at 4 p.m. Over $92,000 is going to be available if it doesn't go out at the first chance at 1 p.m. But after that point, from 4 to 6, we got a whole lot of Skull Bingo to get into, and it's looking really good for tonight. The Lion Prize will be starting things off with $768 in 10 balls or less to win. The large frame jackpot is looking good too. It's over $2,137 in 43 balls or less to win. The coverall jackpot is over $1,600 in 50 balls or less to win. All 3 of those jackpots looking really good for tonight. But it doesn't stop there because we got the last chance of Lucky 4 Bingo for the day right at 6 p.m. Another chance over $92,000. Definitely looking pretty good for tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And not to mention tonight's a Wednesday, and so you guys only get about an hour extra of that game day bingo after your final opportunity at Lucky 4 at 6 p.m. Then right at 7 p.m., that's when John is going to be back with you guys for that Wild Wednesday, giving out some jackpots and PGL points. There's even a high-low game where the biggest loser of the round takes home a first place prize. It is an awesome place to be and a great chance to take home some cash.
Oh, 100%. So definitely come on out for Wild Wednesday tonight from 7 to 9. It's going to be a ton of fun. But, of course, we just had a huge MegaSota game night.
That's right.
It starts at 6:40 like it does every single Tuesday. It's always a lot of fun, too. A lot of other great PGL games during that time, including a grand finale of Jackpot Jungle, the $1 edition. On that coverall jackpot, 54 balls or less to win, you could take home $15,548 on that one. And that's even before everybody starts getting enrolled, so it'll end up looking a lot bigger at the end of the night. But those are our 2 PGL specialty nights every week, so definitely check them out and have fun with them. But we got some national days to get into, and we got 5 of them today, and we got some pretty cool ones too. But before we get into them, though, we do have this first round popping up around us. $22 on the must-go prize, $209 on the minor jackpot, and 54 balls or less to win. The major jackpot is over $4,300 and 52 balls, and the mega jackpot is over $37,000 and 48 balls or less to win. All 3 of those jackpots looking really good. But we got this first national day to get into. I'll take this one because I think you have to take the next one technically.
Okay.
But we got National Proofreading Day on this day. Every year on March 8th, National Proofreading Day highlights the importance of proofreading our written work. The day also allows those who enjoy proofreading to gently correct others. However, constructive criticism is usually welcome if invited to proofread another's work first. first.
Yeah, this is very, very important.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen, it was actually a joke. There was a group project going on, I think my freshman year of college in our English lecture, and we had a collaborative paper that we were writing, and two of my friends got partnered together, and one of them was jokingly like writing notes to the other person in the paper while they were working on the Google Doc separately, and then did not delete the stuff that they were writing, and no one proofread their final paper that had them cussing to each other and using profanity, and
Just sent it in.
Just sent it straight in, and we had no idea. And then all of a sudden, we start off our next lecture with, it's me and my two friends that work together, and we're sitting next to each other, and our professor just immediately starts reading what they wrote, and they were like,
that is crazy. Just out in front of everybody is insane. But
it was bad.
Before we go further, Bryzo over at the Atomic Star Tavern did take away $209 on that one. Nice job to you picking up a jackpot in the very first game. But good news for everybody else, that Double Must Go is going to be up and running in this next game coming up, so be sure to get enrolled. But yeah, I would be embarrassed to be on it. That is pretty crazy. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I would feel like he would like not just read it out loud.
It wasn't like anything like incriminating
it was just kind of
or
funny.
Anything. It was just like two girls being dumb and cussing towards each other, dropping F-bombs.
Okay.
Like one of them was African American, so there was an N-word in there, and like it was just not what you were supposed to turn into your
The professor's just like running the gauntlet. Oh my gosh.
It was so bad, but it was so funny, and he was such a good spirit about it.
Yeah.
He was like, guys, I know that this was not supposed to be what you turned in.
Let's check it next time.
Yeah, no, he gave him a shot to go back and revise and turn it back in the next day. But
perfect.
it was so funny.
That
And
is
so
funny.
it's very, very important.
Yeah.
Because imagine a professor reading a collegiate essay and it's got such profanity in it.
Like riddled with it. That's not fun because it's all in the notes too.
It
so
was,
it's just,
it
like,
was
all
like
over the
you're such a
paper.
dumb bee and
Oh
like
my
stuff like
gosh.
that, and it was just
Yeah.
like, oh no, Professor
my
Reader,
goodness.
please.
Man, I do love proofreading though. That
do
is
as
something
well.
I really like to do it with my buddies, like papers and stuff in high school. I know one of my really good friends, Ryan, when we were in high school together, I like did all of his papers. It was so funny because like I liked.
I would
doing,
enjoy reading his because he's actually intelligent.
Yeah. Oh man, no, he wasn't good at like grammar and so he's
Really?
a smart dude.
He's very smart.
Really smart. Yeah, he's very intelligent.
Just not grammatically correct.
It's like one of those things where I think his like mind works too fast while he's doing the paper, and then like it needs somebody else to kind of go.
Yeah,
over
I'd be
it,
like,
you know
no,
what I mean?
you need a lot more punctuation in here.
100%. But it was something I like doing a lot.
Absolutely.
I like proofreading other people's papers, and I even did like working on my own.
Yeah,
You know what I
this
mean?
was actually a job in our high school that me and a couple of my friends did. I only volunteered for like 2 or 3 sessions of it.
Yeah.
But it was if you had a good grade in English, which in high school it's not that hard to have a good grade in English.
Just do your book
As long
reports.
as long as you had a B, you were allowed to help proofread the students that had harder times in class and stuff. And so for just like a couple extracurricular things and stuff, I signed up and I proofread for a couple sessions, but I got in trouble on my first time because I was too harsh.
Oh,
and
wow.
then I was like, okay, so I need to be nicer.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
just
can't
kinda-
like proofread and be
Yeah.
like, dude, you make no sense in this paragraph.
Yeah.
I have to be like,
man.
well, actually, you could word it like this, and you need to start the framework off like this.
Or you
and
should
I'm
be
like,
able to just say
I'm
if
not a
something's
teacher,
wrong.
you know? I don't
Yeah.
have to be politically correct when I'm
Exactly.
saying you have a D-level work.
Yeah, it just be like,
I was
hey,
like 13.
and honestly, it's good advice. It's like,
Yeah.
I shouldn't turn in something like this again.
I'm your peer, and I'm saying that.
Yeah, that just should definitely set off some like, oh, okay, this isn't good work.
Okay,
shouldn't
obviously
do
I
this.
need to take a step up.
Yeah, and yeah, I feel like that's that.
And I didn't
yeah.
think I was being mean. Maybe just blunt. And
Yeah.
so it was just.
I think kids are just sensitive about other kids reading their work and
Yes,
stuff.
yes, I
Yeah.
definitely understand that some people's that's their insecurity and this is where they struggle and stuff
Exactly,
like
yeah.
that. And so I don't want to seem insensitive, but
No, it definitely is one of those things. It's like
proofreading is very important.
100%. I like doing it, so I
Yes.
definitely agree. Proofreading is pretty fun
I
sometimes.
proofread my
but,
own notes and I revise my notebook. Like
Yeah.
I do it for everything. I am such a stickler to making sure that I have what I need correctly laid out.
Yep,
And
yep.
if it's not organized, I will not use my notes.
Mhm.
You know, like
I
if
get
it's
that, yeah.
scattered and it's chicken scratch, I might as well just throw out the entire lecture.
Yeah, I kind of have to I have to make sure it's like, it's like, oh, unit 1.1,
Yes,
blah, 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 blah.
oh my goodness. If
so I know
you
exactly
saw my
where to
notes,
go.
you would think that I was just like so meticulous.
Yeah, I would get organized with it, but I wouldn't like do color coding and stuff like that.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I'm full blown, like to a T. Like everything in my stuff has to be perfect.
Yeah,
all my folders and notebooks are color coordinated for classes.
Oh, like that kind of color coordinated.
All of my units are color coordinated per the things discussed in units. Like I have in my business law class, there's a lot of different units and materials that cross and intersect with each other, but other ones do not. And so I have like my group of all litigation stuff and stuff like that, like all in purple, and I have all of like the economic divides and things of like ethical economics and that thing I have all in one color. Like I have all of it like perfectly laid out,
just
like
to
that.
make sure it's all like separated.
Yeah,
and stuff.
because I need to understand it, and that's the way my brain will understand it.
100%. I feel like with me, but before I get into what I would do, we do a Mac over at Cuzzy's Brick House, taking away $48.10. Nice job taking away that double must go Mac. But we are getting into this next game. All the jackpots are getting bigger and better than ever, and the miner is getting right back on the board at 54 balls or less to win. But I feel like if I were to have to like categorize like categories for like a subject, I'd probably like just kind of keep them in the same folder.
Yes.
But just kind of like have plastic sheets that separate them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This year it's my first time. I really like trying out different organizational things. Like last year I did binders per class, and I did it that way where I had grid paper and all of my things hole punched, and I put it all in the binder together.
Nice.
But
like
this
that.
year I'm doing accordion folders, and I love it because I keep each section sectioned off.
That's what I do with my medical records and all that stuff. Like I have it like alphabetized, so it's like if it's like it's like this type of health, and I'll put it there. If it's like these kinds of taxes, I'll put them in there and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's super important.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but I do like accordion folders. They're pretty fun.
Absolutely.
But I feel like binders, I always liked that more for school. You know what I mean? I just feel like it was nice. I had all the little pockets in there. Had the rings.
When I was in person, 110% because I had more paper.
That's a
but
good point.
now that I'm mostly online, all of my work is online, and only one of my tax classes is in person.
Print stuff out.
Exactly. And so with my tax class, it's basically all my accordion. Folder is just like the different sections of my tax lessons.
Yeah, but that's a good way to do that. I like that. But of course, happy National Proofreading Day. It's a good day to be, proofreading of yourself and organizational.
Even emails. Make sure you proofread emails.
I agree. I think it definitely makes it easier, not only easier to understand, but it's just more professional.
It is 110%.
Yeah. Especially because I feel like when you're going to the email, like at that point, speaking of professionalism, there's a certain level of professionalism that comes with emails for some reason. And so I feel like that definitely is the place that proofreading would come in handy.
I completely agree. And it's super funny because even that, to this day, like I'll email my advisors and things in college, and I'll have complete email format, like the subject line filled out, like I'll have everything organizationally laid out. I have my sign on, I have my sign off, I have an e-signature at the bottom of it. My teachers,
oh yeah, this is like
kind
of
like
sweet.
Yo, sent from iPhone.
It's because they email each other all the time.
And I'm like, okay, this is their texting.
Yep, exactly. So I mean, like email is just insane for teachers. Like oh man, I'm sure.
I've had teachers now give me their phone numbers because they won't respond to emails because they get so many.
Oh, I was about to say. Yeah,
they're like, if you have an issue, just literally call me. Yeah. If it's between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m., you can call me.
Yeah, like I'll just be in my office.
Literally, and I'm like, okay, cool.
No, I like that. Because email definitely does get very like chaotic.
Absolutely, and then I'll get an automated one back, and then I won't hear back from the actual person for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, it's like, sorry, it was in my spam folder. Yeah, like some random stuff like that. But of course, National Proofreading Day, definitely a good one to celebrate. But this next one, definitely pretty important too.
It is, and I'll take it away as it is International Women's Day. On March 8th each year, it celebrates the social, economic, and political achievements of women around the world. The day also brings international awareness to gender parity. Parity?
Parity, yeah.
Parity.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. According to the World Economic Forum, global gender equality is estimated to be achieved.
It's crazy, man. Yeah. Global gender equality is estimated to be achieved by 2133. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. I mean, like, it's just insane, like, to, you know, like, put it out there like that. Because it's true. Like, it's totally, like, it's, like, not even surprising, you know what I mean?
So funny to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I'll be 134 by the time women have equality.
Woo! That's just, like, being able to be anywhere in the world.
Yes,
you know
anywhere
what
in the
I mean?
world.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even. I think that's generous to think that we'll have global.
I think so, too. I think that is pretty generous. Because, like, 100 years from now, like,
Less.
I don't know, like,
Oh,
100
yeah,
years
there's
ago,
a year.
like, you know, women weren't able to do most things. You know what I mean?
Barely seen as humans.
They weren't able to be wearing shorts in public. They couldn't
Did
wear.
you know that there was actual the uglies laws in like the 50s and stuff,
like-
where people who were clinically obese were not allowed to be in public for a fine of $20?
Oh, wow. I actually didn't know about that.
Because, yeah, I just saw this because there was a blurb that was like, wow, everybody in the 50s and 60s were so thin, and
Yeah.
there was never that issue. And it was like, actually, there were federal laws put in place that you
Stop them
could
from
not
showing
be
up.
over like 160 pounds without
Wow.
getting, or not 160, like 260,
Yeah, okay, I was
without
about
getting
to
like a
say,
$20
yeah.
fine.
Man, that's crazy. That is pretty extreme, to be
Yeah.
honest. But I mean, yeah, no, it's a crazy deal. But before we get further into it, though, we do have a winner. We got Jake M over at Carboni's Pizzeria and Pub, Oak Park, taking away $31 on the must go. Nice job to you, Jake M. But yeah,
We
I
don't
mean,
have to look into the laws.
yeah, no, I'm sorry, but like I'm not even surprised that stuff
Yeah.
like that probably was true, especially when you go state by state, like city by
Oh,
city.
yeah.
Like I'm sure that there
Ordinances
were
like that were crazy.
exactly. But like, yeah, I mean, it's a crazy thing.
2133 though, that.
Yeah.
I mean, I laughed out loud because I thought it was just absurd that it was that far away. But thinking
Yeah.
about globally speaking, like
Oh,
that is
yeah.
very, very soon for all of the conflicts that we see, especially
I
right
agree.
now.
Especially like that's I feel like also taking into consideration like or not taking into consideration like going back. You know what I mean? Which happens a lot. You know what I mean? So it's
Yes.
just kind of like I don't know. 2133 is a pretty generous number. I feel like.
I mean, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, it would be really cool. It'd be really cool.
But yeah, today is the day to honor all women who have done significance and all the things that they do to contribute to our world
Yeah.
and society. I mean, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for women.
Let's see. We look at biggest women in history. Oh, like not like physically, but like you know,
I was
like
gonna
most
say,
important.
That's not the right way to put it.
It's just like it popped
Biggest
up. It
women in
popped up.
history. They knew what you
Yeah,
meant.
they knew what I meant. Google got my back. Let's see. 12 of the most famous women or 75 greatest women. We'll just look at the
Greatest.
top 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like greatest is pretty good.
I was gonna say.
Oh, I'm at the bottom already. Wait, hold on. Oh, it's like 70. Dang, it's like so many photos. Oh, I don't want to go through all of them.
We've got women like Joan of Arc.
Yeah,
we
that one's a
have,
good one. That
like,
one was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joan, she straight up led an army. Like she was like one of the
Yeah.
best like warriors. It was crazy.
We've got Frida Kahlo. She's an incredible woman.
100%.
I mean, we've even got as symbolic as like Mother Teresa.
100%.
You know.
Yeah, Sacagawea, she was a huge American icon, just because you know the whole Lewis and Clark thing. She
Yes.
like was the only reason they got there. Let's see.
Mary
oh yeah,
Curie.
Mary Curie. She's really big. Let's see. Eleanor Roosevelt, of course,
We love her.
100%. Billie Holiday is
Oh,
awesome.
love her.
Let's take a look. Ingrid
Ingrid
Bergman.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Katharine Hepburn and
I mean,
of course,
Audrey Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn, yeah.
Flannery
let's see.
O'Connor.
Marilyn Monroe. Oh wait, the other one. Oh, this is a different Marilyn Monroe.
Of course.
Nice. Well, the other Marilyn Monroe is pretty
Huh.
cool too. The Supremes. I'm pretty sure they're from Detroit.
Very cool.
Yeah, so they're
love
pretty
that.
cool.
Gloria Steinem.
Cool. Nina Simone is awesome. Aretha Franklin is awesome.
Beautiful.
Let's see.
Jane Fonda.
Yeah, Jane Fonda. A lot of actresses and stuff. Janis Joplin. A lot
Yes.
of artists and things like that.
Julia Child. Yoko Ono.
100%.
The Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
Oh my gosh. Somebody just said they set the standard. And that's it. That's what they said.
They did not. No.
My
No,
gosh.
we do not.
Oh
no.
my! People are complaining in the comments, being like what? Like
I was
like,
gonna say
such
no.
a terrible list.
That's horrible.
And it's by Esquire, so it's just a bunch of celebrities and stuff like that. But like a lot of very important women too. Like Toni Morrison is very important. Dolly Parton is
She's
super
an iconic
important.
in women culture.
I agree.
Betty White. If
Betty
there's
White's
anyone we
awesome.
should celebrate today, it's Betty White.
Oh, Goldie Hawn. She's awesome.
Aw,
I can't
yeah.
even take that away. Yeah.
Actually,
Joan Jett.
I love Joan Jet.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, she's iconic.
Meryl Streep's awesome. Yep.
So many incredible women.
Cher, of course. Yeah.
She was one of my role models.
Remember when Nicolas Cage wasn't a joke? That's the power of Cher. That's awesome. I kind of like that.
She made Nicolas Cage a joke?
No, he was in his first movie was like with her.
Really?
Yeah, and he looked way like it wasn't a funny movie. It was like a romance movie. Yeah. Cher, and he looked good, to be honest. It was.
Oh my God, he's in Moonstruck?
Yeah, it was him.
I've seen this.
It was him. Yeah, that's him. He looks way different, but like he looks like a good looking dude in it, and like he's like a good looking dude normally. Don't get me wrong, but like
no, he's not.
I don't know. He's not a bad looking.
No, he's not.
I like Nicolas Cage.
You can like Nicolas Cage. I love Nicolas Cage. Do I think he's an attractive human being? No.
I think so. I think he's attractive the same way like Jack Black is attractive.
I love Jack Black. Jack Black reminds me of my dad. I can't say I think he's attractive by any means.
Okay,
he's just like a chubby man I want to like hug, you know?
100%.
Like I just want to like have a good meal with Jack Black.
Yes, 100%. I agree with that. But yeah, that was Nicolas Cage. He was in Moonstruck.
Yeah,
and,
that's super funny. He's super thin in this.
Yes, he is. He's a lot younger.
He's like a $140 if no.
Let's see. So Nicolas Cage, how old was he in this then? It was 1987.
Like 32.
But we do have a winner. It is Ragnar B. Ooh, over at the Orr House, taking away $37. Nice job to you, Ragnar. But so he was born in 64, so he was about 23.
23?
Yeah.
Wow, young.
That is really young for Nicolas Cage.
He was our age when he was filming with Cher.
That's awesome. That must have been awesome. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe that.
Could you imagine being 23,
I would
filming
not be
a
able
movie
to do that.
besides Cher?
Going on to film National Treasure, Ghost Rider, and
become a national treasure.
Literally, dude. I agree. Man, I really want to watch that movie with him and Pedro Pascal in it.
Ooh, I actually have not seen that.
Yeah, it's literally, he plays himself.
Is this the meme?
Yeah. It's the meme.
Yeah.
It came out like a year ago, and then it just recently picked up steam because Pedro Pascal picked up steam recently.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal is like huge right now.
The Last of Us just really blew him up. That really like.
And
set
you
him
know,
over
I
the
don't think
edge.
I've seen a single thing where he's acting in it other than Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And I have such a love for who he is and his best friend, his like friendship with Oscar Isaac, and he's best friends with Sarah Paulson.
Oh, Sarah Paulson is
yes,
awesome.
and so like they're like my favorite people in the industry right now, and so I'm like, okay,
I love Oscar Isaac.
You're besties with my besties, so you're my bestie.
Yeah,
and so I don't even know Pedro Pascal's talent like
he's
gauge,
awesome.
but
He's like really good to be honest.
he's just such a good guy with how he portrays himself.
He's the Mandalorian.
And yeah. I've seen clips of him talking about his roles and stuff, and he's just super funny. And I think it's very comical that people are treating him like, you know, when like everyone got in love with Paul Rudd, and Paul Rudd became the sexiest man alive, even though Paul Rudd's not.
No. But he is.
Not that,
but
like he so is, and that's Pedro Pascal.
100%. He is totally the new that. I agree with that.
I love it.
But he was in Narcos.
Yes.
And that was really popular
I do remember that.
too.
I watched a bit of Narcos.
And he was like a big character in it. He was wasn't he FBI or DEA or something like that. He was pretty big in that one. Game of Thrones, very obviously huge in that one. He was a fan favorite character for such a little amount of time. Let's see. He was the agent dude. Yeah, you can see in the pictures. He was cool in that. I only watched a few episodes in, and I remember
I watched maybe like the first 4 episodes, and then I just never actually continued it. But it's definitely on my list. There's a bunch of those like long-standing shows that I would like to watch through. Like he
was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
the TV show.
Yeah.
He must have been like a teen,
He must have been. Well, he is 47. He was in his 20s, maybe.
20s.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he was probably like 19, 20.
Let me see. I need to see the Buffy the Vampire. Oh, he was in an episode. Oh, he was young. Wow, look at him.
That's what I meant. Like he had to be like in his 20s.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, he looks like so the same though.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I love that. Sarah Michelle Gellar posted it a couple days ago, apparently.
I love that.
Oh, yeah, he was a vampire. No, he does not look good.
No, he doesn't. He's so little.
That's so funny. Oh, that's awesome.
He looks so much taller than he does now.
Yeah, he does. He does look
I think it's also because
Sarah
Michelle Gellar is like 5'3".
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, he's my height. Yeah, he's literally like 5'11", 6 foot. Yep. They list him as 5'11" on online, but I'm giving him
We'll
the
put
benefit
some
of the
respect
doubt.
on his name.
That's right. Exactly. He gets it. He gets it. But yeah, no, he's awesome though. I really enjoyed him a lot.
Well, only Pedro Pascal would find his way into our conversation as we're talking about International Women's Day. But honestly, he's honorary. Let's be honest. He is ally.
No, 100%. 100%. Pedro definitely belongs on the list. I mean, gee, I belong on the list at this point, too.
I was going to say, you were raised by all women.
I literally was raised in a household where my mom raised me with my 3 sisters.
Yep.
It was insanity, dude. And my
and
my
your grandma.
My grandma, yeah. Like, my grandpa was my dad. My stepdad was really cool, but he was gone a lot because he was working, like, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he was working as a trucker for a while, so he was gone for, like, 8 months. I was in, like a woman island. It was terrible, dude. My sister used to kick me between the legs like all the time as a kid. My mom didn't get it, so she never punished her for it. And I was just sitting there like, my life sucks.
You can't do that, dude.
But it was great. I love my sisters.
Absolutely.
when,
I mean, sisters are different than, like,
when they're not harming me.
You know, having a sister is different than, like, respecting International Women's Day.
Yes.
Because, like, I feel
Yeah.
like my brother could have some horrible things to say about me. Because I
100%.
beat him up growing
Well, that's
up.
the thing. He's not viewing you as like a woman, though.
No.
He's just
I
viewing
wouldn't
you
want
as, like,
him to see me as
like
a woman.
nemesis.
Literally, I want to be arch rivals with him for the rest of our
100%.
lives.
But of course, we do have a winner. We got GPT over at O'Neary's Irish Pub taking away $42 on the must go. Nice job to you, GPT. But yeah, I mean, it's a great day. International Women's Day celebrating half the population. They're great. They're not that much different than men, to be honest. But I'm gonna be real. Like I've like raised with women. They're just as dirty, just as stinky. Like they're pretty much the same.
We
I'm just saying.
literally are.
100%.
We just have different.
There's a couple different things
bodily
going on.
functions.
That's right. That's right. But I mean, yeah. But women are great. Go you guys.
Yeah. Give a
Happy
woman
birthday.
a high five today.
100%. I guess like if you know them.
Yeah, I would take a high five from anyone that came up to me. I feel like that's the least like harassing way a man could approach me. Just be like, "Happy International Women's Day." I'd be like,
pretty
"You,
awesome.
yeah."
Like, thank you.
Right? Like, it's so
Oh my
much better
gosh.
than the counterpart.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, 100%. Just it doesn't even matter what it means. Just anything else.
Literally.
But
It's
of course,
the only acceptable way.
That's right. That's right. Just high five. That's it. But we do have some more national days to get into, and we got some pretty good ones.
Yeah.
We got National Oregon Day up next, and this recognizes the Beaver State. And back in Valentine's Day in 1859, that was when Oregon became the 33rd state to join the Union.
Oh.
Sweet. That's pretty cool. Oregon is a really cool state. Oregon, it's super beautiful, like nature-wise and stuff like that.
I've always really, really wanted to go travel to like the northern eastern part of our country. Like 100%. I would love to see Washington, Oregon. I would love to see Colorado. I've never even seen Utah, and that's not even considered northern. But
yeah, Utah,
like,
man.
I would love to just go through all of there.
100%, I agree. But Oregon, whatchamacallit, Portland. That's the city that they got there. And
my cousin
Portland's
lived
pretty
there
cool.
for a while.
Yeah, I've heard some pretty funny things about Portland. I know people are like, it's like everybody plays like Dungeons and Dragons.
I was
there.
gonna say people
like,
say
huge
Portland's
nerds.
weird.
Yep, exactly. Like people are like walking into like a random Portland bar at 2 a.m.
But
like, it's literally just like a fantasy scene.
But I've seen so many cool art installations and like just so many creative like headspace people
100%.
in that area,
Yeah.
and like that Seattle, like that whole little like kind of dreary wetness that's up there. Like everyone seems so cool and like eclectic.
It's like
and
a
I'm
little fairy forest.
I feel like I would fit in so well.
100%. I agree. I think it seems really a lot of tech people go up there.
I know our boss tried to go there for a bit.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
Tony was in Seattle for a bit. And
nice. Did he like it there?
I think so. But then he ended up in Vegas.
Yeah.
And that's how Pilot started.
Yep, that's right. Yeah. Whatchamacallit, Seattle, I'll have to ask him if he likes Seattle because Seattle's, I've always kind of wanted to go, to be honest. Seattle and Portland and stuff. It seems like a really nice part of the country, you know?
Absolutely. I feel like it would be so beautiful. Even Northern California, like I would love to see so much more than Southern California. Like
100%.
I'm all about, like, I've always, like, I love Pennsylvania. I love the mountains, like, and so I feel like getting to experience that kind of mountain would be a completely different experience altogether.
I think the next part of the U.S. I'd actually want to travel to, though, would like be like kind of the Southwest. You know what I mean? The desert and stuff like that. Because I haven't ever visited like a desert like that before.
Really?
Yeah. So it'd be really cool to be able to kind of like go and journey in there.
Yeah.
And take a look at all
One
that.
time I was visiting a friend who was stationed in the Marines in 29 Palms in California, and so he drove us from Vegas through Amherst, California, and to 29 Palms, which is essentially all desert.
Okay.
It's no man's land.
Wow.
Like horror movies have been filmed there. There's Satan's Crater that's there. There's
Yep.
and so we were driving through at like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning as we landed at midnight, 1 a.m. in Vegas, and they picked us up, and we were driving through, and we just all told scary stories.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he told us about like the ghost town of Amherst and this like horrible train track that
Is there an actual ghost town there?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's where Satan's Crater is. That's where there was one specific horror movie filmed at a gas station, and there's a train track about a quarter mile away from the gas station, and there's ditches on either side. And the legend is said that you're not supposed to stop if the train is there because people hide in the ditches. And so when we were there, 3:30 in the morning, a train came through. And so we were like, oh my gosh, we were so scared. And so we stopped at the gas station a quarter mile back, and we just stayed there because it was pitch black. We're the only ones there. The train was there for going crazy. It was so loud, and we all got out of the car, and we left our doors open just in case we needed to
get
skirt,
back in there,
And we just walked around the gas station and came back. All the doors were shut to the car.
What?
No wind.
Oh my gosh.
I was
I'd
like,
be
oh my
freaking out a little
God.
bit. I'd be like, okay, let's just drive.
It was so cool. I love stuff like that, though.
100%. But we do have a couple winners. We got 80813, Crazy Joe over at KC Saloon, and Bryce over at Atomic Star Tavern. 80813 is over at Chart House. But they're all splitting up $49.30. Nice job to you three winning on that game. But yeah,
nicely
100%. Yeah, the only desert I've really traveled through is like Texas.
Really?
You know what I mean? Just where it's like super flat. And it's like barely even a desert. It's just like really long, like kind of distances of nothing and just field.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? I don't know if you've ever really been like, yeah, I guess you have been kind of like in that type of area where
This
it's like
is what it looks like, and we had to drive by it.
Oh, at night?
Yeah.
So you didn't really see it?
was
Just looked like
crazy.
abyss?
It literally is like this big divot. Like I don't know what it is, but it's crazy.
Isn't it like a geyser or something like that? It looks
It
like
might be
there's
dormant.
like lava in there.
That's not it. That's
No? Oh, okay.
no. I think that's just a random
It's
crater.
something else.
A lot of
Okay,
these aren't
gotcha.
it. But it looks like this. This is like the closest one that I can see that might actually be it. Like maybe that. No.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like
that one
these.
looks. Yeah, that looks like it's the same thing right there.
It was
Interesting.
crazy, and it was like pitch black out, and it was just one of the weirdest experiences ever.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, like I would have honestly. I like experiences like that, so that's pretty cool. I know in that area, like kind of like Nevada and stuff, super big for conspiracies about like aliens and that sort of thing. Because that's where kind of like Area 51 was in that general area of the U.S. So that was kind of like a big deal for conspiracy people and stuff like that. Oh, is that the gas station you were stopped at?
I think so. I don't remember. No lights were on. Not a single person was there.
Is that where the Hills Have Eyes was?
If it was that, I wish I would have known that piece. I can't.
Yeah, look, the Hills Have Eyes gas station. Click on that one.
Which
Yeah.
one?
The one to the left.
This one?
Yeah. It's it's in Morocco? No. Oh, that must be whatchamacallit, replica.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I was gonna say it was something.
It kind of looks like the one from Hills Have Eyes.
I know, and I'm trying to remember what movie it was. It was like, oh, I don't know.
As a gas station. No, wait. No, it straight up is in Morocco.
It might have been filmed in Morocco. There was a lot of desert used in the Hills of Eyes, but I don't know why. Everything they
Interesting.
would need would be in California for it.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, no, it straight up is in Morocco.
That's crazy.
That's funny. That is really funny.
Interesting.
And it's stocked up with like a bunch of Americana stuff.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, no, this one is the Hills Have Eyes one. That's really funny. I wonder why they built it in. I guess maybe it was super cheap to film there and stuff like that. I would guess though it'd be expensive to fly everybody out though. That's funny.
Well, I mean, there's Like Outer Banks was filmed in Barbados.
Interesting. They didn't even film it in North Carolina?
They filmed a lot of it in Charleston,
Oh,
but
okay.
like in season 2 and 3 when they're like at an island. I haven't watched it, so I don't know how long they're at the island or whatever.
Is it good?
I liked season 1.
Okay.
I mean, it kind of feels like you're watching an Abercrombie ad, but
Oh,
I mean,
okay, I
I'm a
gotcha.
sucker for like pirates and treasure hunts and stuff,
Yeah,
and like
that's
I wish I could have lived that life that they're living.
Yeah,
And so like
yeah.
I'm okay watching it, but
I gotcha. Yeah, because I
it gets better. It gets better as it goes. Like there's
Yeah.
more plot as you
Yeah.
continue on because there's like murder and intrigue and stuff like
gotcha.
that, and
as
trying
long
to
as it
evade
doesn't
cops.
like
But
read as like a young adult romance book, I'm cool with it.
that's how it reads like the first 5 episodes.
Gotcha.
But
okay.
post that, that's when like
Things
stuff
start
hits
going
the
downhill.
fan.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
and
gotcha.
like he like stole a cop car, evaded the cops, got
Nice.
lost in a hurricane,
Nice.
and
Okay.
then they end up on an island, and then most of the season was filmed in like Jamaica and Barbados.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of fun though.
So
That
and
stuff's
even
cool.
Glass Onion was filmed in like Australia or something like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, all of Lord of the Rings was filmed in New Zealand.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
That would be.
beautiful.
I was gonna say that's the perfect
Beautiful.
scenery for it.
Yep, and it looked great, dude.
I was gonna
oh
say
my
either
God.
that or like Iceland or something
The
like.
Shire is still in New Zealand. Like it's still a thing.
I love that.
Yeah, like you can straight up like go and like they still have like these.
Yeah, they
like,
actually
houses.
have a bunch of those Hobbit hole hotels, like all over now. There's some in Mexico now.
Wow,
There's
that's awesome.
yeah, I just saw some in Cozumel that I was looking at. They're like $65 for a day.
That's awesome. I
Right?
would totally do that. But we do have a winner. It is none other than Missy over at Woody's Bar and Grill in Bayport, taking away $337.
Nicely
Nice job.
done.
That's some awesome stuff. But good news for everybody else. We do have that double must go going into this next game. So be sure to get enrolled and try and get a chance at it. In the meantime, though, we got a couple more national days to get into. But happy National Oregon Day.
Absolutely. Next up, we got National Peanut Cluster Day. And National Peanut Cluster Day is a melted chocolate mixed with peanut, and it makes the perfect combination for salty and sweet deliciousness.
Awesome stuff. I like peanut clusters.
I love peanut clusters with a little bit of caramel in it. Those
Yeah,
like things are
yeah.
so good.
I like them when they're like chocolate covered and
Yes,
stuff like that.
that's yeah.
But honestly, I really like just like peanut brittle and stuff like that.
See, I've never had peanut brittle. I really would like to. I've
Oh.
had brownie brittle.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, peanut brittle is like great. It is like super good.
I love peanut clusters. Those are so good.
No, I agree. I
Oh.
agree. Are they always chocolate covered? I
Yeah.
thought that sometimes they didn't have chocolate on them.
The-
They
just
were
the ones
just
that
peanut
I've
clusters.
bought, I usually get that Brash's brand, and they're
Okay.
chocolate covered with peanuts and caramel, and it's so good.
Yeah, I love these. These are super good. I thought sometimes they had like didn't have chocolate, and they were just like
They
kind of
might.
caramel clusters or something like that. Maybe I'm
Maybe
wrong.
like a payday,
Yeah, like kind of closer to like what a payday is. Yeah, exactly. I guess that's literally
like a caramel cluster.
Yeah, that's probably just what I was thinking of. It's just watching like paydays and stuff like that. Is that what they're called, or are they just called caramel clusters? Interesting.
Oh, I don't know. Even the caramel clusters have
Yeah.
chocolate covered.
I'm literally just thinking of payday.
yeah.
Then. Yeah, that
Well-
was it. That's funny.
Oh, I mean, you might have had like a homemade one or something.
Yeah,
like
that's
someone
true.
made just
Yeah,
homemade
somebody was
brittle that
just
was
doing
more
them.
like a cluster.
What do you call a payday? A peanut
payday.
caramel bar?
Just call it a payday.
Payday candy.
I can't tell you the last time I saw a payday in stores.
Yeah, I see them at gas stations.
Really?
Yeah, just like randomly.
I also don't look at chocolate bars like that, so I guess.
Well,
I
they started covering them with chocolate.
What?
Yeah. Not like actually like for all of them, but like they have like a special edition where it's covered in chocolate.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah, apparently.
I
it's
feel like
pretty
I would
decent.
like that a lot more. It's kind of like an O. Henry bar.
Yeah. I really like the regular payday though, so like I'd probably be good on
Yeah.
chocolate with it.
I really like. Oh God.
Ooh.
I was gonna say
Chocolate-covered
what
cheese
kind
puffs
of what?
with sprinkles on it too. That's like
Yeah.
just doubling down. To be
Yeah.
honest, I don't know about that one.
An Idaho Spud.
What is that?
Looks like chocolate and coconut.
Yeah, it does look like coconut. I was wondering though. I'm like, is that like potato in some way? Because they're
Better not, because it's a Spud and it's from Idaho.
Yeah, and like, are they trying to like spin it? In
I
some
think they're
cool
supposed to
little
look
sweet way?
like maybe like just
Yeah, like little potatoes.
dirty potatoes.
Yeah, I think that's fun if that's what they're going for. If it actually has potato in it, I don't know
This
about
looks
that.
so good. This chocolate covered payday.
Yeah.
would
I
like to
feel
try
like
one
it'd
now.
probably just be like a Snickers on steroids.
You know, I just tried. I love a good Snickers.
I love Snickers.
I just tried a cookie dough Twix the other day.
I don't know. I don't think I've
They
had
just came out with the
Yeah.
limited edition cookie dough Twix. I
Interesting.
hated it.
No, it wasn't good.
I hated it. I much prefer the regular Twix. And I'm not even like a caramel fan like that. And I mean, I've just said like 4 different desserts I enjoy caramel in, but
the caramel is good on Twix though.
Yes.
Like it is good on Twix. Like
the combination of it with the shortbread and the chocolate, it's
agree.
just so good.
I agree. Whatchamacallit? Oh man, I was just thinking of something. I totally forgot what I was gonna say. But peanut clusters, they're super good. Definitely try them out on this day. Make them yourself if you wanna. But
it definitely does not go hand in hand with our last day.
No, it doesn't. No, it does not at all. But it is National Registered Dietitian Nutritionist Day. And this day is super important. This day celebrates the contributions of these medical professionals, and that is exactly what they are, medical professionals.
Absolutely. I know so many people, including my parents, that could just so greatly benefit from having a nutritionist because they love the idea of being healthy.
Yes.
But they do not have the education on how to implement it into their daily meals.
So like my grandparents are kind of the same way, in which like they know how to eat good. You know what I mean? Like they will eat and they will get great sustenance out of it, a lot of nutrition and stuff like that. But sometimes it's way too fatty. Sometimes it's way too sugary. Sometimes
my
way too much
dad's problem
sodium.
is the portioning.
Yes, that's my grandpa does the same thing.
My dad will eat 3 servings.
Dude, my grandpa would, when I lived with them, it was awesome though. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not complaining about this. I'm just kind of putting it in perspective a little bit. But before we go further, we do have Hams Bear over at Flamers taking away $137. Nice job to you, Hams Bear. But so I would wake up and he was trying to make me gain a little weight too.
Yeah.
But he would wake me up at like 8 in the morning.
Oh, is this when you were having trouble with eating? No,
no,
you were like a teen when
I
you
was
lived
fine.
with them.
I was fine. Yeah,
you were past that.
Yeah, it was in my dark days.
Okay.
I was cast out. but so I was
So he'd wake you up.
That's right. He'd wake me up at 8 in the morning, and he'd wait like mug of hot chocolate. He'd have like a big old like country fried steak or something like that, like eggs, like mashed potatoes in the morning. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh my gosh,
I can't eat this,
like, I can't eat this right now. And so he'd just make me wait until I could eat it, and then I would eat it.
That's how my grandpa was. He would be very much like he was a 5 a.m. waker upper.
Yeah.
And so anytime that we were sleeping over there, it was pancakes every single morning.
Yep.
And it wasn't just like me, a 6-year-old girl, eating a small pancake and being content with that. It was a stack of pancakes.
Yeah.
He would bring us over to the stove so we could put in our chocolate chips by yourself. And it wasn't just normal chocolate chips. It was mini milk chocolates and regular white chocolate. Yeah. And we got to best combination of a pancake
I'm sure
ever.
it's
Oh my
good.
gosh,
Sure
the mini
good.
chocolate chips is so good. But as like a 6-year-old, I'm like, you
know,
know,
100%.
like
Just put as much on
and
it
he's
as
like,
you can.
yeah.
Like, go for it.
Good.
Yeah.
And so I'd eat like 3 to 4 pancakes that had more chocolate than pancake in it. And I was just like, Bob, like, I can't eat like this.
That's so funny, man.
I'm a competitive dancer. I can't do this.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. I remember when I was a kid, like, because like you said, I did have trouble eating when I was a kid because of certain stuff I had going on. But once I got better, I like had the craziest appetite. like I had such an insane appetite.
It's crazy what awakens in you.
Yeah, and you know, I was growing at the same time too, so it was like hitting
so you
right
need to
at the
have
perfect
like
time.
3,000 calories,
It
if not more a day.
Crazy, dude. I remember I was like known out of all my friends for like
Just
having
to
the
mow
craziest.
down?
Like I can just mow. Yeah, it was like we went like we were like 11 or 12 one time. Like we went to play laser tag. And we went to KFC afterwards, and I was sitting there. I was like, I had $30 for
KFC
food
is
and
so
stuff.
expensive for someone who can put down food.
It is, but I got like a family meal deal.
To yourself.
and
That's what Ian does.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was so sick.
Ian
It was
gets
like
a chicken bucket to himself.
It was $20, but I got like 2 or 3 sides. I got a bucket of chicken, and I got like
6
biscuits
pieces.
too.
Yep.
and I got like a big sweet tea with it, and I was just having such a good time. And like
That's amazing.
it was funny because my dad, not my dad, but my friend's dad, he was like 6'8". He was a big dude. I was
Wasn't
eating as much as him, and he was just sitting there like, what is going on? Like you
That's
know, he's
how
like
Ian was when I first met him. When all of you guys worked at the water park as lifeguards, John, Will, and Ian were all water park lifeguards before coming on here, and they were walking 13, 15 miles a day.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Like quite a bit, over 10 miles every single shift
It
at
keeps
the
you in
very
shape,
least, you know. And so when I met first Ian, he was like putting down food. Like, we would have to order.
He was really skinny around that time, too.
He was very thin, but he was eating probably 4,000 calories a day. Like, he was putting down entire pizzas by himself for one meal. Like, it was incredible. I'd never seen someone eat and be able to stay with that metabolism, and it was because of the water park. It was insane.
Oh, man, dude, I miss being able to eat that much.
He says that all the time,
Yeah, like it was kind of awesome because, like, I would just kind of, like, open up.
And
it didn't matter at all. Like, I would just eat as much as possible.
No, because you're burning, like, 5,000 calories a day, so no matter what you're putting in your body, you're constantly in a deficit.
Exactly. And, dude, they had some good lunches. They had some good lunches there.
Those chicken tenders at the water
good
park
chicken
were
tenders.
good.
They had pretty decent burgers. Like, it wasn't bad. So, like,
Free
most
Dr.
of the time.
Pepper.
Yeah, oh, man. Yeah, you got just unlimited soda.
They used to bring – I never worked at the water park, but I was basically an honoree. Like, I would go and sit in the office with their supervisors while they were being lifeguards just because we were all so close and everyone at the water park knew it.
Yep.
And I would go and I would abuse that privilege. And anytime I had to pick somebody up from a water park shift, whether it be Will, my roommate, or
Fill
whoever,
up a big water bottle.
they would bring me out the Dixie cups that had their, they would come out holding like multiple, like 4 or 5, and they're like, okay, here's your 2 or 3, and I've got my 2 or 3.
That's
and
so
it was
funny,
so
man.
funny, and I'd be like, heck yeah. Dr. Pepper.
Wait, so did they change it to where you couldn't fill up your own cups?
Maybe Jill was
after a
just
while?
not smart enough and just didn't bring her own water bottle.
Yeah, I would always just fill up my water bottle.
Because Jill would usually be the person, because I would always take her and drop
that
her
does
off
seem
and
like a
whatever.
Jillian thing
And so she
to
would
do.
bring me out like multiple cups, and I would just have multiple water park cups in my car
That's so
from
funny.
my various Dr. Pepper.
It's awesome. I love it, dude. Yeah, no, I would. I kind of after a while I didn't do it because it was just like. I was on the job.
Yeah.
But like when I started there, I would just straight up be drinking Dr. Pepper like all the time.
You can't
but, like, I'd be
do
walking
that in
around.
there, though,
I know.
it's like 90 degrees.
Yeah.
You will pass
and I'd
out.
just be sipping. I'd be having such a good time. But like what's
sunglasses
it,
on.
oh my gosh, yeah, dude. Like and it just was like so
So
refreshing.
good.
But we do have a winner. We got GPT over at O'Neary's Irish Pub taking away the Musco with $39. Nice job to you, GPT. But after a while, I was just like, I'm just drinking water and then I'll get soda like on the way out.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But we are getting into one of the last games of the broadcast, so be sure to get enrolled into this next one. The minor jackpot is getting up to 56 balls or less to win, and we still got a decent Musco heading into this next game too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But as you guys get enrolled, and I think is going to be our 11th game here with you guys with this broadcast, we're going to jump right into the standings that you guys are actually competing for as we speak. As you guys take home these prizes, you take home points towards the game day bingo standings. And I'm going to jump right in because we actually had a tie getting formed up in 9th place. Coming in from unranked, it was Kimmy69 over at the Brewster Bar and Grill. They tied it up with Mike over at Big Louie's Bar and Grill, New Brighton. Now, both of those players are sitting in 9th place with 33,000. We got another tie going on in 7th as our jumping on up from 8th, Mindy May at HR Pesties tied it up with Cindy over at the Main Street Bar Hopkins. They both now sit with 34,000. With 38,000 points in 6th place, we got Call Me Jen over at HR Mac. 5th place, so it's Spike over at Maynards of Excelsior. They sit with 44,000 points. With 46,000 points in 4th place, we got Rich playing at Shady's Rail Side. While in 3rd place, it's Bull over at Corner Bar and Goodhue, freshly in the 50,000 point club as they sit with 53,000. 2nd place is Tanya at Plum's Neighborhood Bar and Eatery with 59,000 points. And then leading the pack, it is Bobo over at Corner Bar and Goodhue in 1st place with 74,000 points.
Awesome stuff. Nice job to the top 10 players, but we got those top 10 locations to get into as well. Starting it off in 10th place, it's a two-way tie between Big Louie's Bar and Grill in New Brighton and VFW Spring Lake Park. Both have 62,000 points in 10th place. In 9th place, we got Chart House with 63,000 points. 8th place is Maynards of Excelsior with 67,000 points. 7th place is Outtakes. They got 71,000 points. 6th place is JR Mac with 72,000 points. 4th place, falling from 5th, is Flamers over with 89,000 points. 4th place, falling from 3rd, it's Sherwood Lounge with 89,000 points. And getting into 3rd place from 4th, it's Shady's Railside with 90,000 points now. Actually, it's a two-way tie in 4th place. I didn't even realize that. It is between Flamers and Sherwood Lounge. They both have 89,000 points. I just said 4th place 2 times in a row. But 3rd place, Shady's Railside, like I was saying. And in 2nd place, we got Corner Bar and Goodhue with 142,000 points with pretty big jump. And in 1st place, another big jump over 30,000 points ahead. It's Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 171,000 points.
That's some awesome stuff. Make sure you guys are playing Game Day Bingo all day long to take home points and cash prizes. But another great way to take home some cash prizes are by playing the awesome eTab games that we have here with Pilot Games. And in fact, there's over 70 of them that you guys can choose from. They each have 85% payout and huge prize up to $1,500. They even have small bets and between 50 cents and $5, awesome bonus rounds and free play rounds that you guys can win as well. It's definitely a lot of fun, and you guys will definitely want to go check them out.
100%. So definitely check them out. Let us know what you think. But you guys got to sign up at pgl.world if you want to become a member of our league. All those PGL players compete for points and have access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a lot of great stuff in it. So definitely check it out. Sign up before that Wild Wednesday happening tonight so you can earn points with all the cool dudes too. But we got some new PGL members to get into, and I'll spotlight them really quick, give them a huge shout out. Starting it off, we got T Verbo Van, Strucker, Pat Pock, The Pup, Frankie, LLT17, Pink Girl, T Money, Genie28, Loy, Grammy, Irish Luck, Roxy Ninja, Geo Carjo, and Rod Jen. All of them joining up with the league. Congrats and welcome to you guys.
Absolutely. And just last night we had our first special night of the week where you guys got to take home some PGL points. And after that MegaSota game night, I bet you guys are ready for that Wild Wednesday that's going to be happening tonight at 7. Well, I'm going to jump right into the players' standings because they've been competing season 13 long so far. 10th place, we start off with Nixon over at VFW Roseville. While in 9th, it's Yak 2102 over at the Rivers Bend Bar and Grill. 8th place, it's The Dugout as they sit over at VFW Spring Lake Park. 7th place, it's Sloppy at Malone's Bar and Grill, while in 6th, it's Drumski over at Underground Bar and Grill. 5th place, though, it's Day's Dream over at Monty's Sports Bar, while in 4th place, we have Devoided at the Roadside. 3rd place, getting pushed back from 2nd, it's Jake over at Eagles Albert Lay, while taking over 2nd now, it's Panda at the Roadside, and staying put in 1st place for another day, it is Cherber over at the Broadway Pizza, Brooklyn Park.
Awesome stuff. Nice shout out to the top 10 players. You guys are doing real good. But in the top 10 locations, we got starting it off in 10th place, LJ's in Miltona. 9th place, coming from outside the standings, it was the Underground Bar and Grill in Mankato. But before I go further, we do have a couple winners.
That's right, Smokey at Scoops Pub and Chris over at Lisa's Place are splitting up that must-go prize, $31. Nicely done. And as you guys get enrolled in our final game of Game Day Bingo that we're going to be here with you guys live for, that minor prize is back to clicking up to 58 balls or less. And I'm going to let you take the rest of the PGL location standings away.
100%. So continuing it on from LJ's in Miltona in 10th. 9th place was Underground Bar. Now in 8th place, we got Leo's Sports Bar in Mazeppa. 7th place is Cabin Bar in Nicolette. 6th place is Leo's Bar in Newmarket. 5th place is American Legion Cleveland. 4th is PJ's Supper Club in Avon. 3rd is Benton Station in Sauk Rapids. 2nd is the Alibi of Gilbert. And 1st place is Eagles Albert Lay, taking away that 1st place spot.
Oh, absolutely. We love seeing that. So make sure you guys are out there having a blast tonight for that Wild Wednesday starting at 7 p.m. Now, if you guys want to show your support for our Wild team as they take the ice tonight against the Jets at 6:30, you absolutely can by playing the awesome eTab game Let's Go Wild that we've teamed up with them for. You can even check out that slap shot bonus round to take home some trophy prizes.
Awesome stuff. So check that out and check out that game too. Send them over some luck. But just a reminder, when you guys are playing Pilot Games, share those pictures with us. We love to get those pictures and see your guys' smiling faces, especially if you're winning a jackpot or even just having fun playing with your friends and family and playing some Pilot Games. You can send us pictures on Facebook by either posting them with the hashtag Pilot Games or sending it in to us directly or just emailing it to us at jackpots@pilotgames.com.
Oh, absolutely. As you can see, we have them right here as well as in all of our commercials that run through the entirety of our day. You guys will absolutely want to send them our way, and we will showcase you any way we can. Now, another great partnership that we have here with Pilot Games is actually with your Minnesota Vikings. Now, they are in their offseason, and there is a lot to be happening in their next coming weeks, and we will keep you updated on everything they decide. But in the meantime, if you want to show your support for them, you can play the awesome eTab game Vikings Victory. If you pick a lucky letter in that skull bonus round, you'll end up taking home some huge prizes. It's definitely a lot of fun.
Oh, 100%. So definitely keep updated with all that Vikings talk. But speaking of Viking stuff, we got some skull bingo to get into, and we got some awesome players and locations. Starting it off for those player sides of things in 9th place, it is started with a two-way tie between Sydney over at Maynards of Excelsior and TGR over at KJ's Refuge. In 8th place, we have Funk over at Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards. 7th place is Boots over at Trebek's Bar and Grill. 6th place is Kool-Aid over at Carboni's Pizza. 5th place is Jelly over at American Legion Stillwater. 4th is Brenda over at JB's Tavern. Third is Call Me Jen over at the Full Tilt Tavern. Second place is Brother Nate over at the Chart House. And first place is Tanya over at JR Mac, dominating these standings so far this season. But those locations are looking pretty good too.
Oh, absolutely. And starting it off in 10th place, we got American Legion Stillwater, while in 9th, we got Outtakes. 8th place, it's Danny's Dugout, closely behind 7th place, VFW Dilworth. 6th place is Trebek's Bar and Grill, trying to close that gap between them. And 5th place, the Full Tilt Tavern. 4th place is the Benton Station, while in 3rd, we got the Chart House. 2nd place is JR Mac, big time location, but it's not as big as our first, as Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards is leading the pack in a league of their own. Nicely done to all of our players and location standings. Make sure you guys come on out for Skull Bingo running from 4 to 6 tonight, where John is going to be back trying to give out those jackpots.
100%.
But we got some awesome celebrity birthdays that we can just run through very quickly with you guys, and I'll let you take the back half of these.
All right, starting it off in 1921, Alan Hale Jr., an American actor known for being Skipper on Gilligan's Island, was born. Happy birthday. Up next in 1939, Jim Bouton, an American baseball pitcher, author, and broadcaster. That's really cool.
Yeah.
He was with the New York Yankees, MLB All-Star in 1968.
Very cool.
Up next, 1945, Mickey Dolenz, an American singer, known for being with the Monkees, I'm a Believer, and for being an actor and circus boy. That's fun.
Very cool stuff.
And then up next, I'll take this one because it's a cool one.
I love him.
1976, Freddie Prinze Jr. He's an actor known for I Know What You Did Last Summer and just for being Freddie Prinze Jr., to be honest.
He was Freddie in Scooby-Doo, where he met Sarah Michelle Gellar, and they fell deeply in love, and they've been together since.
I love it,
and
man.
It's incredible. And yeah, we love Freddie Prinze Jr. I love
He's
all of
awesome.
his iconic rom-coms from the 90s. They're just so
they're
good.
great. They're great. He makes a couple cameos on Psych.
Really?
The show. Yeah.
I love
Freddie
Freddie Prinze Jr.
He literally as himself because they love him in the show, and then he comes on after because it became more popular.
He's my Zach Morris. Like, I love him.
I love that. I love it. But we do have a winner. We got No Chance over at Rapid Ricks and Nicolette taking away $209 on the very last game. You had a good chance and you took it. Nice job to No Chance winning on that one. But happy birthday to the rest of those random celebrities out there, and happy birthday to any of you Pilot players out there too. We got a great player spotlight to end things off with. It was MMMMMM over at Winners and Sartell taking away $8,005 on that last jackpot that they won. Nice job to you. When they won that jackpot, they were supporting a great charity, the St. Cloud Boxing and Wrestling Club, and their purpose is not only focused on producing elite athletes, but on developing exemplary citizens as well. Really, really cool stuff. And of course, congrats to MMMM supporting a great charity and winning a big jackpot at the same time. It always leads us right back around to whenever you guys play Pilot games, your community wins. We'll be seeing you later.
See ya.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
Saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson. Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching.
Cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
Saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby! Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson. Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching,
Cocktails, t-shirts.
drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby! Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson!
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching,
Cocktails, t-shirts.
drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.